All right, all right. What's up, people? How we doing? I'm gonna let a few people come in. It's been a little while since we've done a men's panel. Y'all been asking for it, so hey, here we go. So I got a great panel tonight. I'm excited. I got a great group of guys, gentlemen that I respect, that I've gotten to know through the Ready to Love process. And if you don't know anything about us behind the scenes, kind of Ready to Love, for the most part, it's kind of a fraternity and a brotherhood of the fellas. We all, try to root for one another, and we try to get together as much as we can when we're in the other cities. So I'm looking forward to seeing Miami through the Miami cast, through their lens. So we'll be bringing those guys on. But just want to wait just a few more seconds for some people to come in. The guys are ready. Everybody's here. All our sound is ready to roll, and we're gonna be liquid loose. So, ladies, make sure. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. So I'm in my so I'm in our studio. This is where Simone and I produce our Ages and Stages. So we're back. So make sure you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe. And we got some new stuff coming to you. I'll go ahead and kill some time to give some shameless plugs before I bring the guys in. We also started a new page. It's called Ready to Wed. Ready TWO Wed, just the two of us. And what you'll see, guys, it's exclusive wedding content that no one else has seen, and you will only be able to see it on Ready to Wed. So go ahead and like and subscribe to that. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, even tell your goldfish to tell his friends. So join us there. Ready to Wed, TWO, Ready to Wed. And we've got some real cool stuff coming for you guys, and some surprises coming for you guys as well. And we're going to keep up the Ages and Stages platform. We are now available on all podcasting platforms. So wherever you get your podcast, you can now find us and take us on the go with you. And that is Ages and Stages on all of your podcasting places where you go to get those things. And that will be dope if you guys could take us in the car. So hit those thumbs, like it, subscribe, and let's get it going. I'm going to bring in my guys right now. Give us about 30 seconds. We'll be right back. Thanks again for joining us.
Hey, we can't hear you, Rashid.
Test.
There you go.
Okay. You can hear me now? Okay, great. All right, thank you. So without further ado, we are here, the Ages and Stages podcast. It's a very special night, very special evening. I love doing these. I haven't done them in a while. This is the men's panel. This is the barbershop. This is Barbershop Talk. I got my fellas here with me, and we're all Ready to Love alumni, and I'm going to introduce them in just a second. But ladies, I'm telling you right now, get your pen and pad out right now. Take your notes. Y'all want to know what we talk about amongst ourselves? Well, here's a sneak behind the curtain. And all my guys are ready, and they're ready to be unfiltered, and we're going to give it to you just like how we talk amongst each other. So, ladies, this is you better take your notes, and you're welcome. So let me bring my fellas in. So let me start with my OGs, because they've been around now. So from Ready to Love DC Potomac, I got PO, otherwise known as Paul, in the building.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Paul,
indeed.
Paul, thank you so much for joining us, man. Thank you so much. And one of his castmates. Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. Thank you for making the time. And one of his castmates, also from Ready to Love DC Potomac, is my guy Donovan. Donovan, welcome.
Hey, yo. How y'all doing?
Welcome.
Thanks for having me, bro. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Man.
You always welcome. Next up, my newcomers, my rookies. They got the season under their belt, so they live in the life of Ready to Love royalty right now. I got my guy Sampson from Ready to Love Miami. My man.
How y'all doing? Good evening.
Thank you so much for joining us. And we got, last but not least, Mike Hall, also from Ready to Love Miami.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you, man. Thank you guys so much for joining. So I'm gonna introduce all the guys. If y'all haven't met one another, P.O., Donovan, OGs from DC, and I got the new guys from Miami. So welcome in, guys, so much.
Yeah, good to see you.
Thanks, man.
Good to see everybody.
Yeah, nice to meet y'all. Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays to you guys too, man.
So if anybody, what's our drink of choice, guys? Anybody sipping on anything over there tonight?
Absolutely.
I'm over here with this big guy right here. This is Appleton rum. And
This
we in Jamaica.
we got plantation bourbon over there, man.
Yeah, this is as big as your face.
That's plantation
Monday
bourbon.
night.
God damn.
Yeah, Appleton Estates, that goes hard in Jamaica. I know all about
Oh, you already know.
Right,
You
take it
already
easy.
know.
All is Monday, man.
Yeah. Perfect for the game, baby.
Right,
No doubt about it.
And I got I'm on some man, I got this it was gifted to me for my birthday. El Padrino spicy cucumber tequila. It's pretty good.
Tequila, huh?
Sounds like
Yeah.
a nice slipper.
It's the first I've ever had the spicy, but it's dope. It's really good, so I recommend it. I definitely recommend it. All right, anybody else drinking on anything tonight?
Yeah, I'm simple tonight. I'm doing Tito's and lemonade right now, man. I'm in the phase of cutting, so
Right.
I'm trying to keep my calories light.
I see
Tito's,
Good mix.
Tito's and Crystal Light.
sophistication. Tito's.
Tito's and Crystal Light.
And Crystal Light, okay.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
I'm over here, man. I got some
just water.
Just
Yeah.
water.
Crystal water.
Just water. It's gonna be an early night for me.
I got you.
I got some red sangria, man. That's it for me, man. That's it.
Yeah, there you
He's
go.
sophisticated over there. Yeah,
Right,
that's
right.
right. I see you, Mike.
You don't drink it with your feet.
You gotta drink with your pinky, man.
Go ahead and get into it, man. The ladies have been, I've had a lot of feedback from bringing you guys on. So obviously we're all here for a reason. We all were put on a platform, ready to love. And that's where our kinship and brotherhood comes from. So I would be remiss not to bring up our ready to love life. So let's just touch in. Let's see where everybody's at now since ready to love. And let's start with you, P.O. How's life been after ready to love? And how's your love life? And are you single? Are you looking? Are you in between? Or friendships? Situation?
Yeah.
What's going on?
So when I stepped off the scene, I had to, just kind of reset my life back and, get back to the things that I'm used to doing. And y'all heard about the dime shorty. So
Yeah, the down shorties. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But just been, living my life, man, living good. And, just, like I said, getting back to the music, producing and, just living my life. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's cool, man. Well, again, thanks for coming on. And then Donovan from Also Ready to Love DC. How's life been after the show? What's been going on? How's your love life? You single? Everybody knows you did end the season with the young lady Carmen. Where that
yeah, everything's good, man. I'm single. I just been focusing on me, focusing on my kids, focusing on my life. And similar to POs, to get back to like normality. You know what I mean? I think that there was a lot of lights and a lot of movement and things like that. And it's just, it was time for me to take a step back. And I've been, just like assessing my life and the things that I want. And that's pretty much it, man. And I've been opening some businesses and like I said, I got my real estate business. I got my credit business. I got a lot of things going on right now. I got my own financial firm I'm looking at opening. Plus I have my day job as well. So I got a lot of things going on. Been staying busy.
Dope, man. I love it. And we're definitely going to get into what everybody has going on before we get off here, because I definitely want to promote all your platforms and what's going on. So let's bring it to our new guys from Miami, man. Mike Hall, how you doing, man? Thank you for joining us. How's life after the show? How's Brandy? How's the relationship? You all still moving forward? Redding bells, y'all moving in? Tell us. We want an update, man.
It ain't much, man, to be honest with you, man. I mean, I'm pretty much private, I say that, but Brandy, she's good. My life far as for me, I'm just focusing, basically just getting back to business, back to reality for me. Focus on the kids, same thing as Donovan said. My business, my appliance repair business, so on the East Coast, West Coast. So that's basically the show was the show. So now you just back to business, man. So I kind of enjoyed being how I was before private. So I'm gonna make that the best thing I can do at this point. But other than that, it's been great.
Okay.
I'll applaud you on that one, my brother.
Yeah.
Right.
Of
course, lady.
Mind your business. Just mind your business. That's all.
Right. That's the best way, man. So obviously, ladies want to know, you and Brandy still together? How's the relationship? Or everybody wants to know, I'm sure.
I mean, me and Brandy, we doing our thing, man. We're doing our thing. She's good. She's happy. Myself, like I say, for me, at the same time, I can do what I can at this point. But there's no complaints. But back to the business for me.
Right. Cool, man. I love that. So one question I do have for you, Mike, before we move on to Sampson, man. So saw your IG, man. You out here putting brothers to shame, man, sending boys to the gym. Like, what's going on, man? I'm like, what is Mike doing? Is Mike thirst trapping out here? What, Mike, you thirst trapping out here, man. What is you sex symboling out here? What's going on, man?
You know it's gonna come, Mike. It's gonna come, baby.
Hey, look, man. Like I just said, back to the private life, like I was before.
With the shirt off.
That was me before IG, though. That was like 6 years. So
right.
That was way before IG. Go to the gym, work out. You get booked for a little couple of shows here. Sipping paints, book for some dates here and there. Pull up to some private parties and stuff like that. Not naked, anything like that. Just all shirtless. Not a stripper.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Not a stripper, man. I don't strip. All I do is literally just show up to whatever event somebody booked me for. You know how social media is. You go viral. You want somebody to pull up. Somebody will want you to pull up to an event. So all I do is just show up, smile, and that's it. Sometimes it's shirtless. Sometimes it's shirts, but I'm not a stripper, man. I don't strip, man. That's it.
Oh, I'm not mad. I'm not
Magic
mad
Mike,
at you,
huh?
I had
They call you
to
Magic
balls,
Mike?
though. Yeah, I had to bust your balls on that one, Mike. I had to. I couldn't wait.
Magic Mike.
I couldn't wait for that one. And last but not least, man, let's bring in my guy Sampson, man, from Ready to Love Miami. Sampson, how's life been after the show? We all know you had a love interest in Sharice, didn't end well. Can you give us a follow-up on that and just in life in general, where you at? You single, you dating, you looking? What's going on with you?
Yeah, so I didn't have a love interest on the show at all. There was no love interest with anyone.
Okay.
But definitely some good people. Definitely miss being on the show with the fellas, with the ladies. We had some good times. It was a rodeo.
Right.
Since we're from Texas, I'll throw in the rodeo reference. But it was like a bunk and Bronco, it was a lot of ups and downs. And sometimes you get kicked off, but you get back up, right? And ride. But all in all, man, it's been fun. I've been traveling a lot since the end of the show. I did South America. I wanted to hang glide for the first time. I've never done that. And do some yoga, relax my mind, get back into the sense of norm, like Donovan, P.O., Mike all said.
For sure.
And but yeah, I have a lady that I've been seeing since the end of the show that reminds me of how dating should be. And it's been beautiful, I wish I could see her more, but I've been traveling so much with just serving our nation.
I love that. Okay, great, man. So welcome back, everybody. We had a little quick Ready to Love follow-up, but this is more about men's panel, what we talk about, life, love, relationships, business, and things that motivate us as Black men. So I like to get that together, and we talk about that. So for the most part, Ready to Love, it is what it is. We thank you guys so much for knowing us from that platform, but we're so much more than that. So that's what this is for. But a lot of people don't understand there is a deep, like you have to go through kind of a reset your life after being on Ready to Love and being on the show, because it takes so much of your time. And then everything, like Sampson just said, you get dating normally. That's not normal. The normal speed dating, everybody knows you're sitting right across from somebody that you just went on a date with, then a producer comes, gets another person that you about to go on it. So it's weird. So anyway, so let's move on. Let's get into our topics. And first thing I want to talk about, I have to do this, guys. So as you know, I haven't done, those who've been following us, I haven't done a men's panel in quite a while. I have not done a men's panel since the Godfather, Kevin Samuels, unfortunately passed away. So I have to give my 2 cents and give shout out to the Godfather, Mr. Kevin Samuels, man. So anyway, we all know Kevin Samuels was a very polarizing figure, polarizing gentleman, and but come from a family. He had a daughter, he had a life, so never want to see anybody's demise prematurely, so to speak. So a lot of people felt certain ways about it. So I'd love to hear your guys' perspective on Kevin Samuels before we move on. Any of the things that, were you a follower of his? Did you listen? Did you agree? Did you not? With, kind of give me your thoughts on the Godfather, man, and give me what your thoughts were.
So I'll start. Yeah, I'll start out. I'll tell you like this. there's several ways to get to the truth, right? So you could say something one way, and I could say something the other way, and it could still be the truth. I think that, he would cut through the chase and, sort of, he was in his delivery, he might have been a little rigid, but ultimately, there was a truth in the end. So I feel like, Kevin Samuels, for me, I'm a free thinker, so I probably would not apply his thought processes to my delivery, right, or to the way that I do things. But at the same time, people kept following him, people kept listening to him for a reason, right?
Right.
And so one thing at the end of it all is that the truth never changes, and so his way that he delivered it was just a little bit, in some cases, abstract from the way that I would, what I mean? Not, he could have been a little bit more tactful, in my opinion. But I mean, at the end of the day, I can't tell somebody how to be who they are.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Yeah.
No, I respect that. I respect that for sure. And I tell people on my perspective, for the other guys go, I'm the same as you. He had some things that I could identify with and back him up on, and some certain things I didn't agree with. That's just the essence of the barbershop. How many times have you gotten to arguments with your buddies and agree or disagree, or agree to disagree? And again, his delivery, I could have never done that. That's not me. That's not my personality. But at the same time, I was able to identify with some of those things, take out some of those nuggets and apply them to my life in the way that I think. So it's kind of like similar to, I tell people, you go to church to hear the spiritual word, but the person giving it to you is just a vessel. You have to dissect it to your own. So that's kind of how I looked at it. Yeah. But I would love to hear the other guy's perspective.
You want to go, Sam?
Yeah. I'll just say that I never really followed Kevin Samuels. I knew of him. I always like to hear varying perspectives. You want diverse perspectives, right? To really understand social concepts. And especially when it comes to the relationships between Black men and Black women. It's almost like the Malcolm versus Martin, right? Two different guys,
right?
Same goals, almost like CNN versus Fox News. So you may not agree 100%, but you need to hear both perspectives to truly understand what's happening in the world around you. You're right about the polarizing statement. He was definitely polarizing, but he spoke to an audience that could relate. So there's men out there that walk those shoes, and there's women out there that experience men just like him, and there's the opposite, and then there's the gray area. So I think that just by him having such a presence, you have to respect the voice, right? If you have that type of following, you have to respect the voice. But again, I didn't really have too much perspective on him, because when it's that polarizing, I'll listen with just one ear and try not to digest too much of it if it's coming off negative to the world, quote unquote.
Understood. I love that. Absolutely.
Man, that was a great political answer, dog. I'm gonna let you know. Sampson, listen, bro. Bro.
Here we go.
Here's
the barbershop.
Let's
go, Donovan. What you got?
I can tell you lived in DC for a little bit. I can tell that was very political. That was very like on both sides. I like, but I also, it was like there was no in between. There was like all this in between, right? There was the black, the white, and the gray, and you were like swerving in and out of those lanes. Right?
He was.
I mean, it is what it is,
You gotta be PC sometimes, yeah.
I'll go ahead and go, I guess, since I kind of stepped in and said that. So I think Kevin Samuel, he definitely, shot from the hip. He didn't bite his tongue. I think that he said a lot of truth. But I think it's definitely in your delivery and how you project that truth onto some people, because some people can't take it direct, right? So, and I think that's where it was a point where that a lot of people didn't like him because of that, right? Because it was no chaser. It was literally like a straight shot, and it was some people don't like that. Some people like to be massaged a little bit, right? Tell me what I don't like. I'm a type of person is like I want direct, because direct to me is the easiest way to get to where we want to go, right? A to B, I'm there, right? I don't go around, swim around, kind of sort of maybe a little bit, but you know, just shoot to me straight. And I think that's kind of what he did. I think it was taboo because a lot of men, or excuse me, just a lot of people in general don't really communicate that way. And I think that it's not also, you know, when we look at the responsibility of communication, there's the sender and the receiver. And I think that because he delivered it in a certain way, that the receiver could take it as a negative way. But I think that if you ask the question, because I mean, I remember being on the phone with, you know, or being on talking to PO about this late night. I was driving to the airport. I think I remember us talking about this and on one of his lives. And it's one of those things where, you know, a woman would ask a question.
Yeah.
So how can you get mad if a man gave you an answer, right? Was it like, how are you mad at me if I give you an answer? You asked me a question, I gave you an answer. Right. Now you don't like the answer I gave, or you don't like how I delivered the answer. Right. So my question is, like, it's one of those things where he really didn't give a shit about how it was how you took it. He told you the answer. And I could see where that can definitely, you know, rub people the wrong way. But also see how it's effective communication, right? It's direct. It's like you knew exactly what he was saying. There is no misinterpretation of what he said. Right. So that I think that there are a lot of people that don't do that. I mean, obviously we see it in politics, we see it, you know, and you know, hell, and pretty much everywhere in life there is not a whole lot of direct communication. So I think for him, it was very clear, very direct. It may have been taken the wrong way, but also feel that, you know what, at the end of the day, he answered your question. So if the woman is sitting across from you, you ask him a question, he answered it, and he's looking at you, did I answer your question? You're like, yeah, motherfucker, you answered my question. I really don't like him and walk away, right? But at the same time, you can't get mad because he answered your question.
Yeah, so, I love it. So, and Mike, I'll let you finish it up, but I have kind of a saying, and Simone hates when I say this to her, and I've kind of used this always, kind of just how I've just kind of, even when I was dealing with kids, when I used to coach basketball, I was like, okay, I'm gonna give you two options. Do you want me to lie to you, tell you the truth? I'm gonna give you, tell me what you want, and I'll give that to you. You know,
right.
That's the only way it's gonna come. Now, again, don't shoot the messenger. So it is certain delivery that has to be had there. But Mike, you have anything to add? And if you're just joining us, we're talking about the Godfather who passed away almost a year ago now, Kevin Samuels. Go ahead, Mike, if you have anything to add, and then we're gonna move on.
I definitely was a fan of Kevin Samuels. You know, I'll be honest with you, I agree with him on 100% everything that he said. How his delivery was, I don't feel there's no wrong way to deliver it. For his delivery, with how it was actually presented, being that it was on social media, right? Think about it. Social media has no type of shows any type of remorse towards your feelings, so he don't have to actually do the same thing. So how his delivery was on social media, I agree with that 100%. They needed to get it like that, literally. Now, if you're in a private setting, it's the truth.
So no chaser, straight shots,
you know,
chaser.
I definitely agree. I love the way how he delivered it to those ladies. You know, all of the time, to be honest with you, because if you're in a private setting, of course it's going to be different. And we're not on TV anymore. Okay, it's a barbershop. So I agree with him.
Thank you.
You know what? Think about it, right? Social media ain't show PO no love, ain't show Donovan no love, ain't show Sampson no love. I'm quite sure, you know, Rashid, you know, it showed you a little bit of love here and there, but like, you don't do it the way.
I got my slander too, though. I got my slander.
Yeah, you know, so they need to get it just like that. They need to get it just like that, straight, raw, and uncut. You know, I don't got no love for it. I live by it myself, so. Right, like I said, the way how you are in real life, you know, you can be like behind closed doors too, but you can pick and choose how your delivery is. But the way how he actually did it was entertaining. I love that. It was funny. Yeah. It was heartfelt. It was from the heart. And some ladies need to be told that stuff. I mean, I got 2 daughters, so I would give it to my daughters the same exact way. You know.
Exactly. So I'll tell you this. So I just to pile on to that a little bit, it's like this here. If you go to McDonald's, you know exactly what the food tastes like. So if you don't want what a Big Mac tastes like, take your ass to Wendy's. You understand what I'm saying?
That way.
Go that way. But no,
man,
like
P.O., I've been missing you, bro. I've been missing you, man. We got to chop it up some more, man.
No doubt.
I think he was necessary for the culture. Good, bad, or indifferent, man. He was necessary. He was necessary, and he left.
Yeah, like when you say, okay, his delivery. Who else gonna come behind that and do it? We see all these other, people trying to do the exact same thing, the same format. It's not coming off like him. I'm sorry. The suit, the tie.
I'm glad you said that, Mike.
Huh?
I'm so glad you said that.
That's what Rashid gonna do, man. That's what Rashid just said he's gonna do.
No, that's not,
man. You gotta set the whole. You gotta set everything up. I watched this dude actually sit at I think he probably was in New York or something like that, and the view was just like spectacular. So he got up like 4 times just to change his glasses one time. That's all he was saying.
So the thing that I always rock with him, he had his facts and statistics. You can't come at him and think he's just on some bullshit, just shoot
at all.
Yeah,
Dude had like
shit.
Numbers, facts, like you know what I'm saying. So like, ladies,
now we didn't check them.
This is what we talk about.
We didn't check those facts though. We didn't check the facts, but I mean, he had numbers. You got numbers. Ain't nobody true. You're right.
You can say this all he wants. The one thing I love about him, the most, and it's just like when you go on interviews, right? Like let's say if you go to, shout out to Kojo, you go on Kojo. 9 out of 10, Kojo fans are gonna blast every last one of you guys, right? But his platform was he checked you quick. He gonna say, hey, don't out-talk me, and he'll get you off top. He'll cut you out real quick. So those are the type of things, like he was very he controlled the whole interview in a good way for his fans. But see, you can say what you want to say if it was bad or good, but most of the time it'll be bad. But everybody stayed there still watching. Like, you still stayed there watching no matter what.
Right.
I'll tell y'all this story, man. I'll tell y'all this story, then we'll move on to the next topic. So one day, me and Simone have had conversations about Kevin Samuels this, Kevin Samuels that. And she called, oh, that's your boy, that's your boy. One thing, I don't know if I've ever told this story. So one day I come home and we're getting ready to go somewhere. She's already in the bathroom, getting dressed, putting makeup on. I walk in, guess what's playing on her phone? Kevin Samuels. This before
you want the truth? You want the truth?
This before we got engaged.
I'm like, handle the truth.
Okay, your ass trying to get married. I see. Okay, I see you, girl. I love, man. Dude, I almost skipped down the stairs when I saw this.
I got something to say on that.
Go ahead.
So just a question, and do you think I'm okay with someone being direct like that? Because obviously, again, he had influence, he had an impact, he made an impact, and he still has a lasting impact, right? We're talking about him today, but if his point was to use facts and data to make a point, to allow women to understand a male's perspective, his perspective, or even if he was talking in a generic sense, wouldn't it have behooved him or made more sense to give it in a way that way women can understand if he's trying to bring relationships better?
So I'll say this, right?
Before you go, Donovan.
Go ahead, Donovan.
I got you. So this is the thing, right? It's very similar. It's very similar to what Rashid just said. He's like, when you coach basketball, you coach when you're communicating. Do you want the truth? Hey, baby, how do I look in this dress? Do you want the truth or do you want me to lie to you? Right? I was married for 12 years. You know what I'm saying? Together for 15 years. So I understood it's like, I picked and choose my battles. Right? So it's one of those things. Is like, well, okay. And the thing is, he didn't care. You asked him a question, he gave you an answer. Right? So it's one of those things like, well, you already know how I'm going to answer this question. You sure you want to ask me this question, or do you want to ask your mama this question? You want to ask somebody else's question, right? Because you ask me, I'm going to tell you. So to me, it's like, you knew that going into it. You knew that's how he was going to answer that question. Did you think you were different? Did you think that he was going to answer it differently when he's been answering those questions the same way the whole time? Right. So its question is why are you expecting something to be different? You need to manage your expectations then at that point. Because he told you like it was.
So quick, right. I got one for you. That's the case. I just thought about it before Kevin Samuels. Y'all gonna like this right quick. It was Steve Harvey, right? Act like a woman, think like a man. You go get that book, but see, Kevin Samuels came and revised the whole thing.
It was
Remember,
nice.
Right.
That was
don't reinvent the wheel, just perfect it, So you might want to get Steve Harvey book, So I rather roll with that.
We made a whole movie out of it. And before we move on, I just know that a lot of things was coming his way. I think they were working on a talk show, all kinds of stuff. So anyway, man, rest in peace to the Godfather. Rest in peace to the dead. But ladies, we're gonna move on, and thank you for staying with us. And so next thing we're gonna start. This is a segment I like to call "If They Can, Why Can't We?" All right. So this is again the barbershop, ladies. Welcome to behind the scenes of what we talk about. We take you in. So why can y'all do this, but we can't? So
you trying to get a shot?
Like you said something
really
earlier.
trying to get a shot? You trying to get a stab or shot? You trying to do this? Why are you doing this to us, man? Why?
I'm trying to get you shot. I want to play this clip.
Shot.
But Mike said something that he led me to this next clip I want to play for you guys. This is a young lady that talks about some things that sounds pretty. If you close your eyes and you heard a man's voice, you would think it was coming from Kevin Samuels. So a lot of people have adopted some of the things that he said and kind of shifted it to their own personality. So I'm going to play this for you guys and we'll react.
That's really why we don't like certain conversations. Like women over 35, the reason why we don't like certain conversations is because men do genuinely, for the most part, get better with time. And a lot of women don't. And it's not because you aren't beautiful anymore. It's because you let life get on you and you stop taking care of yourself. Because think about it. After your third heartbreak, bitch, would you want to date you? Who really wants to come through and clean up all this fucking trauma? These other left behind because you mismanaged your pussy your whole life. And I don't even get the same pussy that these got.
Oh man.
You won't even give me that pussy. But you want me to handle you a certain type of way. But you are stressing me out.
I gotta turn my fan on. God damn. Yeah.
That's why men will leave you and go start a whole nother family.
Wow.
Right.
I had to turn my fan on because it got hot.
Right. So shout out to the young lady. I forget her name, so I want to give I can't pronounce it, but I'm just something. Put her back on the screen for a second for me. Right.
She speaks a lot of facts, though. She speaks a lot of facts. She's a real deal.
Oh, now, thank you so much. All right, so here's my question. If they can, why can't we? So I went to this page. Someone sent me this, right? In a group of men, because we have our men chat. This is basically all this is, the barbershop. One of my buddies sent me this, and I started looking at it. It sounded a lot like something Kevin Samuels would say, and I read a lot of the comments. Yes, she had people coming for her, but I heard more of hallelujahs from other women based upon what she said. So my question is, why can she, but we can't? So the platform is yours.
So, all right, I'll say this. A woman's currency is her beauty, right? We know this. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is, you know, like women say, oh, I could get out of traffic tickets. I could do this, do that. You know what I mean? Or I could get a discount based off of how I look, certain things like that. So when she did touch on that, you know, I get that. You know, her beauty is her currency. A man's currency is his ability to provide, right? To give her safe shelter and keep her safe and, you know, to make her feel protected. That's our currency. If we can't do that, then 9 times out of 10, a woman won't see value in us. You know what I mean? And
Fact.
So, right. So,
well, how do you feel about what she said?
Right. So yeah, that's what I'm getting to.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Right.
So if you ain't met P.O. and I miss my brother for a long time. He long-winded.
No, it ain't long. It ain't long-winded.
Okay.
It ain't long-winded.
Yeah,
it ain't long. No, it ain't long-winded. But I got
somebody like that from our show. Edwin, Chef Edwin, long-winded boy. You already know.
Listen, bro. It take about 30 minutes. It was one time. Listen, I'm telling you, I bullshit you not. He forgot what the fuck we were talking about one time, man. He was talking. Drunk. He forgot. He was like, "What were we talking about again?"
That's when I was lit.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I
go
miss
ahead.
you, bro.
But no, that's the
I'm sorry,
setup. That's the
Paul.
setup.
Go
No,
ahead,
that's all
P.O.
right. That's
Go
all
ahead,
right.
P.O.
That's the setup. But okay, so that being said, then we hear her talking about, all of this drama and all of that stuff, right? And that's why I say that's the reason why guys, that's the reason why it's hard to date now. Because if I come onto the scene, if I'm out there solo dating and I'm looking for women and things like that, I'm normally paying for the last relationship since. So whatever that dude did, I'm being held accountable for that. If that guy was the guy that cheated, that didn't call or check in, if I miss one check-in call, I'm that guy. You understand what I'm saying? And so I think women, they say, when they come to the dating scene, they come and they feel like they're ready to date, but they're not. They got all this dirty laundry, right? That they need to wash. They need to probably go sit down and talk to somebody and, and really get back to being themselves before they come out there. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But a lot of times that's the biggest misstep when you walk away from a relationship. You don't just leave and then say, okay, well, I'm gonna find another guy that can do it better. You really have to go ahead and redo yourself, take care of yourself. And whether that means physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever it is, whatever God you pray to and how you get back to normal, I think you should do that. And there's not enough emphasis on that.
So I feel I'll let the other guys go. I'm seeing, some of the comments saying men do the same. Do you feel though, from our perspective, we get punished for past relationships and things of that nature, what women and ladies have gone through based upon what this young lady was saying and the rest of the content? So I'll let whoever wants to go next.
I'll say this on that. I don't think we're punished. I just think that we are given an opportunity to understand why she is hurt. And if we can give her an opportunity to feel better through our relationship. So I've had some good experiences, even though I'll just say this. I've been around some people that have felt like the damage was so tough that there's no way they can get through to her heart. Like the trauma was so hard that there is no way to be able to identify with her beauty. And, but some were able to allow time to heal and allow time to remove the judgment, and ended up with a beautiful relationship because she saw that this man wasn't giving me everything I needed at the beginning because he knew my truth, he knew my past. But she was doing the same thing for him, knowing that he had a past. But it's really rarely talked about, the guy's past, the guy's trauma, the guy's issues. Yeah. It's like,
I agree with that.
Yeah.
So let me
It feels like our past trauma doesn't matter. So let's talk about.
We're always the last person to be taken care of when it comes to certain situations, especially when it comes to the emotional situation. Right, we have to check on everybody else to make sure they're okay. Right, but at the end of the day, who checks on us to make sure that we're okay? We're always look to be the person who's like who can literally take on the bullets and take on the train, literally to stop these trains and cars that we step out in front of to be hit. Right. But yet, like, there's a lot of shit that we go through, traumatic things that we go through, heartbreaks, losses, just grievances, things like that, that literally we, at the same time, it's like, we kind of have to be our own therapist, right?
Yeah.
At the times. And we got to figure this shit out ourselves, or we end up, so it's one of those things where I always say that men are confused to a certain extent, because we've always been taught to not to cry. We've always been taught to be hard, to be tough, right? And then we get in a relationship, and then we're with a woman, and we're telling us like, hey, I need you to be emotional for me. I need you to show me love. I need you to show me caring. Can you show me some emotion? And at the same time, and then it's like, okay, well, how do I be that if I've never been that before? Right. Yeah. And here we are. We have to try. It's okay for us to go through these things, and go through these traumatic experiences that we've had in our lives. And we have to kind of like get over it. And then we have to be able to be the ones to console and be the ones to lean on, as always being the rock. But I feel at the same time, it's like that's a thing where when we're in a relationship, that's a common ground that we have to have. We have to be able to be each other's therapists, right? Talk to me, babe. Hey, I messed up. Talk to me. How can I make this right? And vice versa. I think that's where we have a disconnect when it comes to our relationships.
Yeah, but so let me just say this. As a human being, right? You can't get cut in on the ribs and then walk around every day like you're not bleeding, right? Because eventually you're gonna die. And so it's kind of the same things when you come out of a relationship, especially, when women come out of toxic relationships or, things like that is traumatic for them.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go get healed first. Why are you pursuing somebody without healing? Right. And a lot of women make that mistake.
Because you're looked at to lead. You're looked at to lead.
Understood. But there's still some personal accountability that has to take place. Like we as human beings, we are responsible for who we are individually. In relationships, we're responsible for each other collectively, right? But at the end of the day, if I come to you broken and unhealed and everything, to me, like it's just like take COVID, for example, right? Toxicity has to come out of you if it's in you, right? And once it comes out of you, you project that sometimes and it goes into somebody else. It's like COVID. If you talk, somebody else gets the virus, right? And it's coming from you. So at the end of the day, it's like that toxic trait. Sometimes if you're broken, comes out of you and is projected onto somebody else. And now you turn that person into being toxic.
Right.
So
let's let Mike jump in here if you got anything to add.
Man, I don't want to sound like the oddball. I mean, I've been there, done that. From my experience, I kind of like that in a sense. If I don't take it as me being called. If they call me out, if she says she come from a better relationship, he tore me down. He wasn't supportive. I don't have a problem actually uplifting the woman. I feel like some men, we should be a little patient. Because the first thing they're gonna say is, "You're a man. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that." My mom was single, so I see my mama actually, work 4 or 5 jobs, and I got a sensitive spot from my mom, so I've learned how to be a nurturing, caring, rub feet, bring flowers every day. So for us as men, right, I feel that that's something we choose to do if the woman is worth it, or we feel we want to have patience for that, right?
100%.
So from PO, Donovan, you guys all saying that same thing, but we get to pick and choose if we want to actually be patient with that woman, right?
Yep.
Right.
So that's how I would take that. Not every woman is deserving of that. You're not going to be like, hold up, I'm not going to go through all this, especially if she said, okay, my past relationship, he's never done this, he's never done that. I'll eat that up quick. He never done what? I'm going to eat that up. He never done what? And I'm going to make sure everything that she's never had, she's going to get all that through me. Yeah. I don't have a problem doing it. I've been like that ever since, I really started dating when I was like 19, 20. So I don't have a problem. I'll take that as a plus for me. I don't have a problem. But again, that's something we pick and choose as men. We don't want to go in and say, okay, every woman's the same way, unless we want to take time as men and actually be patient with this one. Because there's always somebody out there that'll make you want to be better, or that'll make you want to actually like wait on her hand and foot, But we wouldn't know, if we pick and choose depending on the woman,
Right. No, I agree with you on that, brother. And just one little comment to add to that. I feel like end of the day, there are some women that, are just broken a little bit, and you can help her out of that situation. But there's some women that are so beat down year after year after year that you like, yo, you need to go and handle what you need to handle.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, watch this right quick. Sampson. Sharice,
What is it?
Yo, someone say.
So here's my 2 cents on that, on the overall, guys, what you were talking about. I definitely agree with both sides of it. I agree with Mike. A man chooses a woman that he feels is worthy
him
pouring into her, because I think in order for both parties to be successful as one, you have to pour into one another, right? And then once we get to a certain age and stage, pardon the pun, but it relates, because like this young lady was saying, and of course we're giving this as perspective to talk about, right? Doesn't mean we necessarily believe everything we say, she said, or some of us do. But I will say this, at a certain age, 35 plus, hell, we all been through some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I think the disconnect is when a woman tries to enter a new relationship with a man like she's never been through anything or she's been cured, right? So then we enter under false pretenses. The thing, and I hate to keep bringing this up, but I'm in a happy, successful relationship, so I'm going to lean on that. The thing that made me pursue Simone is the fact we had those tough conversations early. And that's what I try to emphasize to people who ask about our life and see what we've done. She told me she was jacked up. I told her I was jacked up.
Jacked up.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it was almost to the point we were looking at each other like, are you trying to get me not to like you? Like, nah. But I done been through the other BS where we acted like we was cool and I'm good and I don't need nothing. And it backfired because eventually that's going to rear its head.
Yep.
Okay, hold on.
That's facts, bro. That's facts.
Hold on now. You want to sound all political record? You in a relationship? You good? You doing all this podcast stuff? Okay, I'm gonna give you a Kevin Samuel question. Now, be real.
Wait, I'm ready.
All right, be real. Now, if she's standing her ground and you're standing your ground, boom. Sam, you can relate. You're gonna see where it's gonna come in at now. So tell me, at what point did you feel that, okay, what did you see in her that made you feel that, again, that you were willing to kind of, bend your rules a little bit? Because I'm quite sure it started with you first.
Yeah.
What did you see or feel like that you feel like?
Well, first of all, men, we always got to bend first. Let's be fact. We always got to give in first something. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna keep it 1,000 already. But if it was too much of that, then we wouldn't be together. So that's first and foremost. But what I'm saying was she gave it to me raw, no chaser, and it was basically like I'm saying to you guys, lie to me or tell me the truth. But I'm the one who set that precedent in the beginning. Like, listen, you've been this far in your life, and this is what you've been through, these experiences. So I know you've had some jacked up ones. Please don't project those up on me, and I'll do the same. But you need to tell me what your triggers are. So I'm not like, yo, where the hell this shit come from down the road? And I think that's a mistake people don't make because, again, you meet representatives. But lastly, to your point, Mike, it's definitely the give and take, and it's the battle. It's the battle that I see, because once you get two people that are used to running their own household, paying their own bills, doing whatever they want to do, it's always going to be a battle for position. Yeah. It's always going to be a fight for supremacy. So at the end of the day, I acknowledge that, but at the same time, Simone lives in her femininity when I need her to. If she didn't, we wouldn't be together. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. And it always boils down to, what is your common goal, right? What are we looking to do here, right? If we have an idea of what it is, what are our objectives, to get to, as long as you're able to communicate that all the way through, how you get there is going to be difficult, right? But at the same time, as long as, hey, look, I look at you, you look at me, and it's like, hey, are we here together? This is what we want, right? I've accepted you for who you are. You've accepted me for who I am. Yeah. And understand, as you said, is like, we're in the ages of like 40 plus, right? We're 40s, and it's like we've been through some shit, right? Good, bad, or indifferent, and it's made us who we are. It's very difficult for us to change. So we got to find someone who's willing to accept those things, and also, baby, look at the point, or look at it to where, I can be patient, right? I think Mike said it best, is like being patient with each other.
Patient,
and I think it's very difficult at times to be patient, because we're in a society of rapid. Everything has to be right now, right? We got microwaves, we got cars that drive themselves, we got shit that that literally cars that park themselves. It's easy. Like my son just got a car right now. He doesn't, he has to look at the camera to park, to back up. Exactly. And I'm like, I'm used to doing this shit, right? Looking back and turn, it's like, it's just a different time, a different era.
Right.
And we have to be, and I gotta be patient with him. It's like, dude, no, that's how you do it. Now I gotta be like, what?
Patience, man.
You gotta be patient with that. And I think that, we all make mistakes. We all fuck up. As long as you're being accountable for what it is that you've done, and be respectable in how you present it and apologize and be okay with apologizing. I think that is one of the things that is very difficult for people to do is to apologize.
That's the
And
number one
accept
thing.
it. And like, I think like, hey, I'm sorry. Because I don't want you to say I'm sorry. I'm a big person in creation with your words. I don't like the word I'm sorry because you're not sorry. I don't want you to be sorry. You're a fucking capable human being. You're not a sorry human being. I apologize for what I've done to you. I apologize for this, for that, right? And
So
I think
let me ask-
that's a huge thing.
Do you think, guys, women are capable of apologizing in 2022? Do you hear many apologies from your significant others or women you're dating, or just women that you come in encounter with?
So I'll tell you like this here. There was a big blow up that I had with somebody, and it pretty much was based around something that they did that I didn't appreciate. And I told them that, and what they told me was, "I'm sorry you feel that way," and I'm like,
That's the classic right there.
"I'm sorry you feel that way." I said so, and then when the dust settled and it cooled down, I said, "Listen, you did wrong and you never apologized."
Yeah.
And she said to me, "Oh, I did apologize. I said that I was sorry that you felt that way."
Yeah.
I said, but what does that have to do with an apology?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And the
Because
reason I asked that question,
Mhm.
again, just talking to other friends and buddies who married or in significant long relationships, and those conversations come up. Sometimes they feel like they're always apologizing. The man is always the one coming to the center of the table, coming to the
only
middle
ones
of the
that
table.
fuck up. We're the only ones that fuck up.
Like we're the only ones. And there is some resentment there when we don't hear true, genuine apologies, because we know women, black women, y'all have it tough. Don't get it twisted. We understand what y'all have to deal with on a day in, day out basis. But at the same time, we want you to be an imperfect vessel and apologize genuinely to us and be like, you know what? I made a mistake. I've dealt with people or women and talked to that. I can count on one hand the amount of times they apologize, like genuinely said, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, and half the time, how many of us have apologized just to apologize so we can go
just
to the
not
bed?
to fight.
Yeah.
Not to fight.
Right.
Just
Try to
because,
go
like,
to-
you know
try to go
what?
to bed.
My bad. I apologize.
Right.
It's on me.
How many times we apologize just to smash? Real talk.
Say that.
I don't even know if I can
Say
count.
that. I said,
I don't even know if I can count
not
that.
to argue.
Right.
I don't like arguing.
You
I
can
don't like
stand-
arguing. I apologize not to argue. Like just to
Right.
get out. But nigga, I ain't say that.
I'm just saying, man. It's just
I
barbershop, right?
understand. I understand. You know what? My bad.
Right.
Can we go to sleep now?
It's
Can we go to
barbershop.
sleep
All right,
now?
so
Right.
enough of that. Let's move on. And we're these conversations have been great. So let's run through these a little more rapid fire. All right. So if they can, why can't we? So I saw this in the news. Some man was getting dragged for maternity leave from his company. And he was getting dragged. He was called less than a man. He was called a weak man for taking a maternity leave from his company. What do you guys feel about that? If they can, why can't we?
So I'll chime in with this one. So I have my kids are older now. I have an 18-year-old and a 12-year-old. Right. And I know PO got older kids than that. He got kids that got already collecting Social Security almost because he ancient. As far as that's concerned, like it's different. It's different times now, right? Like I didn't have a father in my life, right? And I don't know. I think that now we have more fathers. I know I'm a father in my child's life, right? In my children's lives. I think we have more fathers who have been hurt and who want to make sure that they are there for their children. And we have some deadbeats, we have some out there, but I also feel like we have a lot of women who push men away because I think that
way more doing the right
we have
thing.
way more women that are pushing men away than we have men that aren't trying to be there. I think that's another topic that we should probably discuss at some point, right? Because I am a product. My child is a product of a relationship that didn't work out, and I have had custody of him since he was 1 year old, and you know what I mean. So I stepped up and went to and I have had custody of him since he's been that age, and here I am, like he's He's graduating from high school. He's going off to college. He's just got his first car. He just got a job today. He got accepted into college the other day. So it's like, I am very proud of my son. Yeah, thank you very much.
Hold on. We got to clap that up, man. Congratulations.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. Congratulations.
So doing that, do you feel that you had to break the cycle because you didn't have a relationship that worked out, that you had this child? Did you feel that you overemphasized your fatherhood of being there to break the cycle or not?
I sacrificed a lot. I sacrificed a lot. I wasn't selfish in those situations. You know what I mean? Like I had, so for instance, my father played 15 years professional basketball overseas, and he didn't hesitate to leave, and he didn't hesitate to come, to do those things. And that was his journey, his life. And he looked at children and his thing, he has 8 kids or 7 kids that he has no relationship with. And these are the things that now he's looking at. He wants to kind of have a relationship with them. I'm not like that. I have a relationship with my children now because I've been there for them. I've supported them during, their soccer games or basketball games or softball games or whatever it may be, right? Getting into high school, getting into college and buying their first car, helping them, supporting them. I know I didn't have no one bought my first car for me. I bought it.
Yeah.
I was able to buy my son, me and his mother, even on Thanksgiving, I sent his biological mother, but his mother that basically adopted him, which is my ex-wife. And I give her the props for stepping up and being a woman enough to step in and be a mother of a child that is technically not hers, but she has never viewed him as not being hers. So I've always been thankful for that. And I thanked her on Thanksgiving. I wish her all the great things, on Mother's Day and things like that. That's just how I am when it comes to the people in my life that are contributing to my children. So like that whole situation is like, I had an opportunity to go play ball overseas. I had opportunities. I turned them down. The opportunity to go in the military and to be an officer.
Wanting to be there,
it's a sacrifice.
Not putting it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's just a sacrifice. You choose. Yeah. I choose to be a part of my child's life. I choose to be that when my son looks at me, he knows me as dad. He will never forget me as his father. Period.
And that's basically the gist of the question. I think more men are not just putting it on the woman to raise a child anymore. But let's move on because I got some more real stuff I want to get to. Okay, here's the next one. If they can, why can't we? Is there such thing as a kept man? Would woman or society accept that? Before you say that, I want to play this clip.
Whenever I feel like it or whenever they feel like it.
Our schedule for sex is that there is no schedule for sex.
Try to make sure everybody's taken care of.
You make sure we're all taken care of.
Wow.
There's never a time. There's not a problem.
The current sleeping arrangements at home is that we all share one bed. Not one of us spends a night without Nick because it's very special to be able to, sleep next to the one you love.
Wait. Nick has been a part of my son William's life since he was 6 months old, and he has been a great father to him.
I love that boy.
I've never had to explain our relationship to William because
I am a stay-at-home dad. In our household, the women are the breadwinners. That's the way we run things here.
Nick is a trophy husband, if you will. We prefer it that way, honestly.
All right. Oh, man. So, again, there's a lot of layers to that one. A lot of layers. Of course, that's sister wives. So this man is married to 2 women, and he doesn't work. He is the trophy husband. He's a stay-at-home dad, and he has 2 women, and one of the women has a child that she doesn't feel she needs to explain the whole relationship setup. So there's a lot of layers to that, but at the end of the day, those 2 women said he's a trophy husband, and he's a stay-at-home dad.
He also said he doesn't have a night where he doesn't have a good night.
Yeah, so I'm wondering why her son hasn't whooped his ass yet.
Nigga, you see baby boy? You see baby boy?
Hey, dude, like a teenager, dude.
Mama, we real cool now.
Right. We fighting, dog. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, you want some bacon, nigga? You want some bacon?
Right, you ain't sitting across the table with me with my mom and another chick right there, bro.
Yeah, nah.
And I'm like 13. Man. I'm going through puberty. Right.
Right.
Like, what?
For sure.
So, first of all, could you be a kept man? Second of all, could you balance 2 women and have a sister wives setup?
Absolutely not.
Nah. I definitely couldn't. I consider
2022.
Yeah, I feel like just being in an alpha man's body, right? And you waking up under these circumstances, and you sending these ladies out here to go fend for the world for your family,
Right.
while you sit at home and you scrambling a little bit of eggs, maybe putting some stuff in the dishwasher.
And waking up the little boys.
Hey, P.O., man,
to school.
P.O.,
Right.
that man had a souffle in the oven. What you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
So, ladies in the comments,
something wrong with that.
Ladies in the comments, let me ask you this: if this man is doing all the housework, if he's a true homemaker, could you have a kept man? And you go out and cook the bacon. Let's set aside the
make the bacon, and you cook the bacon.
Aside the sister wives part, because I know how the sisters feel about that. I'm not promoting sister wives. We just
and Rashid, I'm gonna tell you something. Okay, so just for the record, I'm the youngest person in my family. Like out of my sisters and brothers, I'm the youngest. But growing up, I always told my sisters, you gotta watch out for the men that come over and that does your dishes and runs the sweeper. Why? Because he ain't got shit else to offer, right? He's gonna put all his offerings up front. He's gonna clean that carpet. He's gonna make the house look good and beautiful, and you're gonna appreciate that. And he's gonna make you feel. So
you're saying he broke? So you're saying he broke?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
He ain't got no money.
Yeah, exactly.
No money.
So if there's any ladies out there that's watching, when a man washes your dishes, get rid of him.
At your house.
If he's washing your dishes from the gate, cut him off. If he's coming through with the vacuum sweeper and he's coming through with a whisk.
Y'all hear my producer in the background, who's a female? She's laughing her ass off.
Get him out of there.
Get him out of there. Yo, that's crazy. So Simone sent me that clip. She watches that. She tries to bait me in to watch that. I have no like reason to watch that.
That should get you in trouble, bro.
And I'm like, yo, dude is really doing that? Like he's being kept? Like what is going on?
That's a lot.
Anyway, let's move on, man. Let's move on. All right. So here's one. I got some other ones I want to get to, and we're gonna go quick. All right. If they can, why can't we? So now this is gonna flip it, guys. This is for the ladies. All right. So we've all heard, we know some celebrities and some other people who have gone through a break or a breakup, and the men have gone out and got other ladies pregnant, right? And the women have taken them back. Vice versa. Would you be able to do that? Go on a break up? Look at Paul. And a woman have a break baby, and are you able to accept her and get back together?
It's like different, bro. It's different. I ain't gotta see, she ain't gotta see me pregnant. She ain't gotta see that baby. Right. Oh, look at this baby moving around in my stomach and looking around. It's just different. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I got somebody pregnant. Well, she over there, you ain't got to see it. And I'm not condoning it by any means. I'm just saying it's different because I don't see it on an everyday basis. Now, if she's pregnant, I see it on an everyday basis. And I look at him like, I'm looking at her mad as shit. She's like, oh, the baby moving. I'm like, bitch, get the fuck out of my face with this fucking baby moving shit. Tell that nigga to come fucking rub your stomach and rub your feet when you over here. Because it's like, it's just a difference, man. I couldn't do it. I don't think I could do it.
Okay.
So I'll tell you this real quick.
Go ahead, P.O.
This very quite simple. If I'm on a break,
that's a breakup, baby. That ain't a break, baby. It's a breakup, baby.
If somebody dives in that pool while I'm out, it's contaminated, and I don't want it no more.
Wow.
Period.
This is a barbershop.
You got a chocolate payday in the pool, man.
Period. I'm not getting in that pool.
P.O., you got to use the word contaminated, huh? You have to say contaminated, huh?
I got to hear Sampson. Let's let Sampson get on this. I got to hear Sampson on this one, please. Sampson, enlighten us, brother.
Oh yeah, please, Mr. Political Sampson. Let me go, Sampson. Let me get Sampson.
Oh man, when you first asked the question, I thought about Nick Cannon immediately.
Wow.
Shit, I thought Tristan Thompson. I ain't gonna lie. You know that baby they adopted his baby from somebody else. I don't give a fuck what anybody say.
Right.
But I think it's kind of simple for me. Like, there's no way I could do that. But if I broke up with a woman, it's it. You know, whatever she does after that is on her. With any other man or babies or not, but if it's significant enough for me to walk away, then I'm just going to.
So you don't do any go backs. You don't go back at all. You've never retreaded at all.
No, never. Not
okay.
Once. Never will.
Fair. Wow. Okay. All right, Mike.
Oh, mine's short and simple. I'm with P.O. Next subject. I'm with P.O. all day. Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Let's not go. Let's go up. Let's not do that one. Let's go to the next one. What we got? Let me see. Huh? Yeah, let's talk about this one. Okay. So there's this show called Married at First Sight, right? And I want to show y'all this clip from this brother and this young lady, their interaction here. Let me show you this.
I couldn't give an erection because your pH balance was off.
Justin, let's talk about it. Because what else you want to say? My head big, my breast stank, my feet big. Justin,
you think I couldn't give an erection because your pH balance was off?
Justin, let's talk.
You think I couldn't give an erection?
Yeah, that was nice, bro. He was nice.
Oof, that's
wow.
pH was off.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So, first of all, that's some balls to tell that. I don't care how nice it was. That's some balls, man. What? So, let's say, have any of you ever been in that situation with a young lady, and that's happened when you were intimate? How did you take that? Did you tell her? What do? Do you never talk to her again? I would love to hear y'all's perspective.
I'll tell. Let me go first. I'm gonna keep it a $1.80. So I didn't even have to go through the intimacy part because the pH was out. Yeah, it was baking through the jeans. It was baking through the jeans, bro. And
through the jeans?
Through the jeans.
I mean, what you mean? What you mean through the jeans? You can smell before when the motherfuckers come off. You smell shit, man.
No. It didn't even have. We didn't even have to get through the. We didn't even have to take the jeans off, and so. But I kept it real. I was like, yo, I don't know what the hell. I'm like, I don't know what's going on with you over there.
I got a meeting. I got an early meeting in the morning.
Yeah,
early meeting in the morning.
Yeah, I told her that. I'm like, I don't know what you got going on over there. She said, "Oh, what, you lame?" I'm like, lame?
No.
I tried to call you out, so it's something wrong with you.
Right.
It's my fault. You're right.
No, there's something wrong with me. I'm lame because you got it. You got the juice baking through the jeans. Come on, man.
So
I'm cool.
Wow. P.O., I'm so glad that you're on this panel.
Yo, yeah, I'm cool too, man. Yeah, I'm with you, P.O. I feel like I feel like you ain't got to get to that point where
yeah.
Shit ain't right.
Okay, so is it safe to say we've all been in that situation?
I feel we all have. If you a man, yeah, you have.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Hell, if you look
at Mike. Mike drinks. Okay, here's my follow-up question. Life happens. Sometimes ladies can't control what's going on. Different medications, different foods, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let me ask you this, though. Do you never pursue that again? Or can you think, you know what, that's one thing, let me not judge her completely. That maybe not her, that's just one time. And let me see next time if that was just, once in a lifetime type thing.
Now listen, let me just tell you something. No, so it can't be the first time and then that happens like me, right? That happened the first time. There is no coming back. Number one. Number two, you knew exactly what was in there before you brought it out. You feel what I'm saying? So if you
is that seven?
Hold on. Let me treat all you gentlemen in here to something that I've noticed over the years, right? And this is true. And there's probably gonna be women that's gonna sit here and probably laugh about this one. So sometimes you might be in that moment or whatever, and then, a woman, get ready to give it to you, but she be like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. But she goes into the bathroom, right? Comes out, but you didn't hear no toilet flush. So what you think she did in that bathroom?
What?
She went to go verify to make sure that her shit wasn't on fire before she brought it to you. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Right. So women know they do the little check. So if you know this and you still bring that package.
So you're done. You're out. Is what you're saying. No second chances with PO.
Not if it's the first time, but if that's your woman, yeah. I mean, like I've been in that situation when I was in a relationship, and I'm like, hey, that pH is off today.
So you use that phrase?
Yeah, I say that. Yeah, I say that. I say that. And say so for me, you know, when I'm in a relationship with a woman, she's gonna know that, you know, where I'm coming from is a good space, right? I would never just be like, yo, your shit bad, boom. But you know, she would already understand my personality. So I'd be like talking to her like, yeah, come here. Yeah, you know that pH today. Oh, it's bad? Yeah, but it's cool. You know what I mean? And
oh
they know
man, all right, PO. Goddamn.
I'm
not coming to my bedroom like this.
That's TMI, bro.
I'm not doing this.
COVID mask.
I'm not doing this. Come on, baby. I'm not doing this. Okay.
What's the next topic?
PO's like Dr. Fauci up in this part.
All right. So, all right. Last one, guys. Last one. And then we're going to tell everybody what you guys got going on. And so we can follow you and promote you. Okay. This last one. Let's talk about this one, guys. So a lot of times you hear this word, submissiveness, or being submissive or subservient to a man, things of that nature. And sometimes it's perceived as a negative connotation, right? Some people or some women take submissiveness as being subservient, right? Guys, what do you see as a submissive or versus a subservient woman, and what type of woman do you like, and what type of woman would you be attracted to live long-term with? And then are you having a problem with these type of women in this day and age? You guys can go from there.
I'm gonna be quiet. Mike, y'all, come on, Miami. Come on, y'all. What the fuck, man? Y'all letting
I'll just say this. I'll say this. Yeah, I'll say this. Subservient, I see that as a woman that's lacking a backbone. All right. Just is broken.
Whatever you
allow
like.
a man to continue to walk over her. That's subservient to me. I'll pass the mic over to Mike.
But do you prefer? Let me ask you this, Sampson, because a lot of ladies want to hear from you, Sampson, because you bring the mature perspective from this. So do you like a submissive woman though? That would be my next question. Do you prefer one submissive?
No. I believe in power couples, man. I'm the reason why I'm impressed with what you have with Simone. Yeah, I think that y'all both bring a certain level of energy and confidence, and y'all both have backbones. She's not going to allow you to walk over her, and vice versa. I think y'all are both attracted to one another because you're both powerful in your own rights. So I definitely don't want a submissive woman. I want someone that actually I can look up to, and that can encourage me. Someone I can be a cheerleader for. Someone that can be a cheerleader for me. I definitely want to be in a room and my woman is inspiring me because she's the most powerful woman in the room. That's attraction to me. It doesn't have to be the most spoken, but definitely it has a presence. And so, submissive, subservient. I've never been with one. I never will be.
Gotcha.
I wasn't raised by a submissive or a subservient woman either.
Understood.
It did not exist in my circle. So I think that most men, if they recognize that coming up, what a real woman is, then they'll desire that in a love mate, in a partner.
My man. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll say this. I don't want a submissive or subservient woman. I want a trusting woman, right? I want a woman that says, yo, I know what you're bringing to the table. I trust your vision. I trust the fact that you see, the good for what we're trying to build here. So I'm going to trust you with creating that vision for us. And we collectively talk about it. And, she allows me to carry out the vision. And sometimes if I need to go back and say, hey, this didn't work, I need her to trust the fact that,
Pio, that sounds submissive to me, brother.
That ain't submissive. It's trust. It's trust. It's trust.
To me,
camouflage as submissive.
There's a level of submissiveness that people have to remember. Like there is a submissiveness is truly giving in, right? It's being vulnerable. I think that you guys need to really look at the definition of submissive. So when you're looking at it, it's truly being submissive and being vulnerable to each other. If I am with someone, I am submissive to them. They are submissive to me. We are vulnerable to each other. We are literally, you hear what I'm saying, I hear what you're saying. So again, I feel like there's a negative definition or a negative connotation of how people are taking that word submissiveness to where it's like, I don't want someone that's going to be at my beck and call a servant. I'm not looking at a servant. When I snap, I want you to jump. I'm not looking for the lady in Coming to America. What do you like? Whatever you like. Bark like a dog.
Okay.
I'm not looking at that.
Donovan, let me ask you this question, Donovan. Okay. It was somebody was talking to me like a while ago. So would you rather your woman walk beside you or walk behind you?
Beside me.
That's it.
Beside me. But like I said, but again, what does that have to do with being submissive?
Yeah.
Right? At the same time, I want to be tied up. That's being submissive. Tie me up, boo-boo.
Yeah.
Tie you up, right? That's being submissive. There are moments. So again, I feel like we are looking at this in the wrong way. To me, I talk about creation of words. When you look at how you define that word, when you define how that word is, you're looking at it from a negative point. I don't look at it as a negative point. I look at it we are being submissive to each other. When I ask you something, you tell me what you want, I give you what you want. That is being submissive.
I give you what you want. I look at submissive as doing the same thing too. Yeah,
exactly. So that's all. To me, that's all it is. Like, and we can still have our differences. We can still have our disagreement. We can still have the things that but in moments, there is going to be a submissive moment, right? Somebody's got to be on top, right?
Hold on,
At some point, somebody's got to be on top.
But like Donovan said, a lot, especially when women hear the word, it's almost like a bad word, it's a cuss word. And I don't think it should be that. And that's why it's got the negative connotation. Go ahead, Mike.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. When we say that again, when Sampson said it depends on the caliber of woman that thinks that type of way. On our season, we had those type of women that they will only be submissive a certain type of way, but I think it's just dealing with women. I mean, it's subjective, man. I don't want to really get into it, but I agree with Donovan.
So to me, that shit should change from submissive. Do you want something traditional or more modern? Right?
Yeah, man.
I feel like that is basically how you're looking at it. You want someone
those words kind of
play a role.
We can play roles,
or we can be. It's to me, it's just a difference. Like I feel like that again, the submissive is a negative word, or viewed as being a negative word. And I feel like it's not a negative word. Yeah. And again, it's not asking like being somebody like you're doing what I tell you to do, but it's like at the same time, it's like being like you are submitting. You're submitting to, like for Rashid, you're about to get married, bro. You're submitting yourself to her. You were bending you bend the knee, right? You took a knee and said, will you marry me? You were being submissive to her. And vice versa. And she looked at you and gave you that look and said, I will do whatever it is you want me to do to make sure that to make sure that you're happy. Right. Yeah. And that's all it is. I really think that it's a negative way how we especially our culture, we're looking at it as a negative way. It's not a negative word.
I agree.
There's a definition.
There's parts of submission on both sides anytime there's a union of two people. Because again, like I said earlier, we're coming in as individuals and trying to leave the I's and the me's and turn them to we
and us.
You see what I'm saying? And that's difficult. So you're going to have to submit vice versa either way.
You got to leave that shit in the past. Whatever it is that you were.
Right. But to what Mike's point is, biblically, you should be the side of us, right? You come out of our rib, not in front or behind. But at the same time, Mike, if we walking and we together, I love that. But I open the door, I want you to go through that motherfucker and shut it down. This is my baby right here. Boom.
Right.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we like. That's what a man wants. Like, I'm gonna open this door, you're gonna walk through it, and if the temperature was 79 degrees, when we leave, it's gonna be 78. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like, that's what I want in that type of setting. But at the same time, there is levels of submissiveness that I think that leaders in men want, because I think the type of women that we like, that we are attracted to, also like leadership.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the overarching thing that I've heard from women who want men like we are in commonality. They want leadership. And that's where most alpha men are comfortable in. So I will say this. I love the fact that my partner Simone is not a pushover. She doesn't allow me to walk over her. She has a backbone. She says what she needs to say when she needs to say it. But at the same time, when situations dictate for me to be a leader and a man, she lets me do that. She falls back.
Yep.
And that's the part of the submission part. That's all of the part of submission I want. Period.
Thank you. Yes.
I don't want to be a ruler over you.
Allow me to be a man. Allow you to be a woman.
Sit your ass down. That's all. And most women want that anyway.
Facts.
So that's just kind of
I
how
hate to do this. I'm gonna put y'all on mute because I gotta go pee.
No, we about to shut it down. We about to shut it down. All right. So this has been the men's panel. Thank you guys so much. We've been a little bit further over than what I wanted to, but the conversation was dope. So at the end of the day, I just want each one of you to tell everybody what you got going on, how we can find you, all your pages, what's new, business, the whole 9 yards, because this has been fun. We kicked it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. We just want to kind of give you some fun and back, some serious stuff that we talk about, and maybe you'll get some insight on what makes us tick. So at the end of the day, P.O., let us know what you got going on, where they can find you, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so I'm back in the lab, back in the studio, doing my thing. That's my passion. That's been my life. I've been doing my production thing for at least the last 20 years. So I do got some stuff I'm working on with a couple artists. Major, I'll drop that later on, but y'all can follow me and catch up with me at 100 Sightings on IG. That's where that's where I live. So there's that. Unlike Mike, I don't have the 400,000 followers because my chess game ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm out here.
Cool. Mike, tell us what you got going on, where they can find you, what's all going on.
Man, I don't got nothing going on. I don't care about what they got to say. I'm here to support my dude, Rashid, P.O., Donovan, Sampson. That's it. I don't care about none of that stuff like that, man. I've been popping for all this stuff like that, man. But I support the panel. That's it, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Hey, can I just say something too? Just my closing thoughts. I'm glad that there's all of these like-minded people, and we have this sort of fraternity, this brotherhood. Nobody understands or will ever understand what we've been through, and kind of how we arrived here. But it's good to be in good company. So I appreciate all y'all. Just being a part of this.
Thank you. Donovan, tell us what you got going on. I know you had working on some business stuff. Tell where they can find you. Tell us what's all going on, man.
So you got my page, Donovan, the Fit Realtor. That's my main IG page. I also have my On Point INC page. I do, like I said, I got a lot of things going on. I got a credit Vana app that I've put out. I've been teaming up with some people in dealing with credit repair, as well as obviously real estate. And then I'm also looking at insurance and investments. So I'm trying to give our people the opportunity to be able to get one of the things that's to me is like it, and I like this platform. The biggest thing that we have is, and especially in our culture, is we are financially illiterate when it comes to understanding credit and understanding the opportunities we have to purchase homes and to purchase cars and things like that, right? We really don't understand credit. And I'm here to educate people about that, as well as get them into a better situation with their home, as well as when we look at getting you to that point, we're able to get you to a house. I want to help you baseline with your lifestyle, right? And then we want to be able to project and be able to give you more, and look at potentially giving you a legacy and leaving your family a will and not a bill. So those are the things that I'm kind of up to right now. Let's see. I got my beard oil coming out. I got some fitness clothing as well coming out. Mike, I don't post like you post, but I'm cut like a bag of dope too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So and I kind of want to back up a little bit because I've been getting kind of angry text messages from someone. I am actually, and I'm dating someone. We like to say we're in each other's carts right now. We're at Amazon shopping and we're in each other's carts. We haven't purchased it or anything like that. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. But I wanted to apologize for that. And again, I have no problem apologizing for what I'm doing. Like I said, we're in each other's carts right now. We got some things
you spoke about it because you got a text. It's more than carts.
But yeah, that's where I'm at right now, man. I appreciate it.
All right, and then Sampson, man, tell everybody what you got going on. So let everybody know what's going on, where they can find you.
Yeah, so I'm on IG with God _ still living in Miami, currently working here in Tampa, supporting all the Hurricane Ian survivors. I unofficially retired in 2020, so it's great to wake up and not have to work if I don't want to work. I love giving back, love serving. Been doing it for 18 years, working with FEMA. So now it's more on the lines of what some of the guys are doing in their days and their weeks. I'm doing stocks, day trading, option trading. I love real estate. I've been doing real estate since Obama's first year in office. I'm all about investment properties, Airbnb now, not just here in the United States, but also in Mexico, looking at also a property in South America. It's all about 40 acres and a mule, right? I mean, the one thing that there's less of every single day is property. So I'm trying to make sure I carve out my piece and create some generational wealth.
I love it.
Jay-Z and Beyonce can't be the only ones doing it,
Yeah, hell no.
But it's been cool. Last time I was in a barbershop was in college. So and
me too, man. It's been a minute.
I can speak for Rashid and PO as well. You know what I'm saying? I've got a full head of hair, man. So
I'm jealous, man.
This has been a great experience. Next time I'll come bearing some whiskey. I can get lifted a little bit more with you guys. But at least I passed up on my Monday Night Football to be with you all.
Who's your team, man?
No doubt.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. It really is a good Ready to Love family out there. I mean, the ladies have been reaching out, the guys have been reaching out, and I love the fraternity sorority that we have on this show across the season. So I'm just looking to build. So for me, it's all about each one, reach one, teach one. Whatever I know that can help another brother or sister out to bring them over the wall, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to give back and serve the community. It's not about crabs in a bucket, right? Yeah. And so whatever I can do to share best practices and lessons learned, I'm gonna do my part, because our people need more coaches. Our people need more mentors. And if we just do what works, share what works, then we're a better race. So that's all. But thank you for having me, Rashid. And hello to the wife.
Thank you guys for joining, man. And as far as me, Simone and I, like I said, we have a new YouTube channel entitled Ready to Wed, TWO. And that's going to give you all of our wedding content. We're even going to show you her bachelorette party. You're going to be able to go with her shopping for dresses, the whole 9 yards. And we did pick a wedding date. We finally have. And I did fire Simone from wedding planning. She was fired months ago.
We get invites?
I fired her from wedding planning. So y'all will see all that on Ready to Wed. So go like and subscribe to that. And we're going to be bringing you more Ages and Stages content. Remember, this is Ages and Stages. This is the channel, Ages and Stages. This is the barbershop men's panel. Simone's going to do some women's panel. And of course, you've got me and Simone coming together as a collective. We got new content coming out for you guys. We have something posted for Wednesday. We're going to kind of segue from the reviews and give you more of relationship stuff and life, and me and her together. So that will be, you'll be seeing that on Wednesday on this channel, Ages and Stages. And as for me, I am the Car God. You find me on Instagram as Rashid_the Car God. And I am a luxury and exotic automotive dealer and broker, but at the same time, I am a sales coach. And if you tune in on Mondays, I give sales motivation and training, and I'll have some master classes coming soon if you want to just hear my perspective from sales. If you don't, I get it. But I've been in sales for quite a while and I enjoy it. So I enjoy trying to make people sales assassins. So again, at the end of the day, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Age of Stages podcast. And remember, we can be found on all podcasting platforms now. So thanks guys so much, man. We got to do this again. I appreciate you. And until next time. Oh, sorry. I've already got a panel. We're going to go next Monday. For those of you, next Monday, I've got already committed. I've got Swayze and Swayze from Miami. And who else from Miami is already committed? Randall. I got Swayze and Randall coming next Monday, the 12th. So I'm going to work on 2 more guests, and I'll be posting that soon. So y'all come back next week for the men's panel. We're going to try to do these twice a month, but I want to do another one for next Monday until the holidays. So in the meantime,
do you need my address for the invite, for the wedding invite?
Right. We'll get that off.
Hey, Rashid. Hey, I saw a nice little one of them whips down there, man. I'm ready. I'm gonna come get that off you. I just need about 200. I need about 250 more thousand.
I'll be waiting for you.
What you got, like 1,000 on there right now?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah. All right. Hey, by the way,
pleasure, guys.
Rashid, thanks for having us. Appreciate it, man. Take care.
Yeah, man, for sure.
All right, man.
All right, peace.